Jungkook goes global. Strong signs he's becoming the world's most influential icon this year. Hello Army. The world turns to a new icon. In a time when the world feels fractured, torn between crisis and confusion, a new kind of leader is quietly emerging. Not a politician. Not a billionaire. Not a figure built by legacy or bloodline. But a young man from Busan, South Korea. A voice that once trembled under pressure. A heart that once doubted its place in the spotlight. A soul that chose to fight every single day. His name? Jeon Jungkook. And today, millions agree. He is no longer just a pop star. He is no longer just part of a global boy band. He is evolving into a symbol of an entire generation. A global icon in the making. And this year might be the moment the world crowns him as the most influential figure on the planet. Humble beginnings, limitless potential. Every legend starts somewhere small. Jungkook's story begins not with cameras or headlines, but in a quiet neighborhood in Busan. He was not born into fame. There was no golden spoon, no shortcut to the top. What he had was curiosity, raw talent, and the courage to dream. At the age of 13, he auditioned for a singing competition. He didn't win. But he didn't need to. Because what he gained was attention from several major entertainment companies. While others saw a child, Big Hit Entertainment saw something else, potential beyond measure. Jungkook chose the path less traveled. He moved to Seoul. Trained endlessly. Lived away from family. Sacrificed his youth to prepare for a stage that hadn't yet arrived. And that stage would come, in 2013, when BTS was born. The magne who refused to stay small. When BTS debuted, Jungkook was just 15. The youngest. The quietest. The one always watching from the back. But slowly, he changed. He became the group's main vocalist, its center, its secret weapon. Why? Because he chose to evolve. He studied not just singing, but rapping, dancing, English, art, photography, boxing, fashion, production, everything. While others slept, he rehearsed. While others played, he perfected his craft. Jungkook did not just grow, he transformed. And soon, even his own members began saying, Jungkook will be the one who surpasses us all. That prophecy is now unfolding before our eyes. When the world finally saw him. There are moments in an artist's life that change everything. For Jungkook, one of those moments came in 2022, at the FIFA World Cup opening ceremony in Qatar. Alone on that global stage, he performed Dreamers in front of billions of viewers. And for the first time, the world saw what fans had always known. This is not just a Korean artist. This is a world-class performer. An ambassador of hope. A bridge between East and West. Suddenly, major headlines asked, who is Jungkook? He wasn't riding BTS's fame anymore. He was building his own legend, and doing it with grace, charisma, and global resonance. Records are meant to be broken. What happened next wasn't luck. It was history. In 2023, Jungkook released 7, and the world responded. Number 1 on Billboard Hot 100. Most weekly listeners for a K-pop soloist on Spotify. Fastest music video by a Korean male soloist to reach 100 million views. First K-pop soloist to perform at the Global Citizen Festival. Most streamed Korean solo song in 24 hours. And his album, Golden, became a milestone in K-pop solo history. Every number shattered expectations. Every chart position made headlines. But behind the numbers was a man quietly proving a point. You don't have to shout to lead. You don't have to demand attention to change the game. You just have to show up, consistently, humbly, and fearlessly. Why Jungkook is different. In a world obsessed with filters, perfection, and performance, Jungkook offers something radical, authenticity. He's awkward sometimes. He stumbles with words. He fidgets when nervous. He's emotional when overwhelmed. But that's what makes him relatable. That's what makes him real. He isn't trying to be flawless. He's trying to be honest. And in 2024 and beyond, honesty is rare and priceless. Gen Z and Gen Alpha don't want icons who are untouchable. They want someone who has grown with them. Someone who shows it's okay to struggle, to cry, to laugh, to fail, and still rise. And no one embodies that better than Jeon Jungkook. Global media takes notice. The global media hasn't just noticed Jungkook, they've embraced him. Time magazine named him the future of pop. GQ, Forbes, Billboard, Rolling Stone featured him as a cultural leader. Calvin Klein made him a global brand ambassador, tripling their engagement overnight. World-famous artists like Usher, Justin Timberlake, Charlie Puth, Jack Harlow have reached out to work with him. He's no longer the boy behind the mic. He's now the face of a global generation. A cultural force. A tastemaker. A unifier. The future looks limitless. So where does he go from here? That's the exciting part. Because Jungkook's journey is still unfolding. Could he launch his own fashion label? Star in an international film? Become a UN ambassador? Lead global humanitarian campaigns? The possibilities are endless. Because Jungkook has shown one thing. Every time we think he's reached the top, he builds a new mountain to climb. A new type of global power. Jungkook's rise isn't just personal, it's symbolic. For decades, cultural power flowed westward. From the US and Europe to the rest of the world. But now, that tide is shifting. And it's people like Jungkook who are leading the change. He represents Asian excellence, youth empowerment, and cultural exchange. He shows that talent, work ethic, and kindness can open doors across all continents. He's not just global. He's universal. He's more than just an idol. Jeon Jungkook is no longer just an idol. He's no longer just a member of BTS. He is a storyteller, a connector, a cultural diplomat, a global voice for the unheard. His songs comfort. His presence inspires. His journey reminds us that growth is never linear, but always possible. He proves that even the softest voice can move the world, when it speaks the truth. This is not the end of Jungkook's story. It's the beginning of something historic. He's not just following trends, he's setting them. He's not just representing Korea, he's representing hope. And the world is finally catching up. What does Jungkook mean to you? Do you believe he's the global icon the world needs right now? Share your thoughts in the comments. Let's celebrate his journey together. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because this isn't the final chapter. It's the era of Jeon Jungkook. And trust us, you'll want to be here to witness every moment of it.